Hi there, I'm Claire from english-at-home.com. In this video, I want to look at some grammar that can be difficult, and this is how we talk about hypothetical situations. But before I start, if you're new here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because you get a new video every week. And you can subscribe by clicking that button there. Okay, so let's talk about hypothetical situations, and in particular I want to look at the second and the third conditional. Second conditional. What is the second conditional? If you want to talk about something that you think is unlikely to happen in the future, you can use the second conditional, and this is how we form it. If and past tense, past modal and infinitive. So here's an example. If I had enough money, I would buy a house. Or, I would buy a house if I had enough money. So you've got the past tense had and the past modal would. Okay, you don't always need to use would. So for example, if I had enough money, I could buy a house. Or if I had enough money, I might buy a house. And you can also use the past continuous in the second conditional. So if you were living in London, you could go to the theatre every week. Second conditional for hypothesis. We also use the second conditional to talk about things that are impossible, that they will never happen. But we use it to say what we would do if that situation happened. Here's an example. If I was the Queen, I would change the law. Now, I'm never going to be the Queen. It's completely impossible, but I can still say what I would do if I was in that position. Just one other thing about this if I was. We often use this if I was to give advice. So if I was you, I would blah blah blah. In British English and in informal English, we use if I was. But for more formal situations and in American English, you need to use if I were. So if I were you, I would blah blah blah. Third conditional. We use the third conditional to talk about a hypothetical situation which will never happen because this hypothetical situation refers to the past, and of course we can't change the past. So we form it with if and the past perfect, with would, could, might, followed by the perfect infinitive. Here is an example. If I had known the answer, I would have told you. If I had known the answer, I would have told you. So I'm saying that I didn't know the answer, so I didn't tell you. But if that situation had been different, then the result would have been different. Mixed conditionals. A mixed conditional is a mix of the second and the third conditional. And I'm going to give you an example. Imagine that I left my house late this morning, and as a result, I'm now late for a meeting. So I could say, if I hadn't left my house late, I wouldn't be late now. So we're talking about a past situation and saying that if that situation was different, then the present result would also be different. So it's a mix of the past and the present. Here's another example. I studied French at university and I live in France now. If I hadn't studied French at university, I wouldn't be living in France now. So we've got the wouldn't, which is like the second conditional, followed by a continuous infinitive, wouldn't be living. And we say this because if the past was different, so if I didn't study French, then the present would be different. I wouldn't now be living in France. Okay, I hope that's cleared up some of the differences for you between the second and the third conditional. If you would like more free English, please click the link and you can join my email group. Every week you get lots of tips on English speaking, English grammar, vocabulary and pronunciation. Oh, and you also get a little guide to help you learn English fast. Thanks for watching. Bye.